Peace and Yah bless. This is Yeremiah ben Israel, the servant of Yah, host the King, fountain of living waters, the Holy One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In this Sabbath, I just want to touch up on a few things concerning Genesis chapter 1. All right, the first book of Moses called Genesis chapter 1. And I just want to share something that I've been studying on this for a little while. Because the days, the way it was put forth, just seemed kind of out of order. So I'm here to do my best to explain, all right, the chronological order of the 6-day creation. Of course, we know the 7th day y'all cease from doing work, all right? And like I said, this is just my humble opinion that I want to share. Hopefully this brings some light and some more clarity to this situation and, the thing that took place on the first 6 days of creation, okay? And we all know that everything that Yah does is predicated on what? Law and order. It has to be in order. If it's out of order, then it's not of Yah, because Yah is not an author of confusion, okay? So we're going to deal with the first 6 days, and I'm going to show you, or do my best to show you, how I see the first 6 days of creation. And try to do like I said, once again, do my best to put them in chronological order. All right, so just follow with me, play close attention. All right, and I'm going to take it from the top here in Genesis chapter 1. All right, it says, in the beginning, Yah created the heaven and the earth. Now, for those of you who are listening to me for the first time, okay, just a side note here, wherever you see God in capital letters, or the Lord in all capital letters, that's where Yah, he who creates, or Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh in the old ancient Paleo Hebrew, that's where his name was before the Masoretes, all right, the descendants of Esau, took it out in over 6,800 places in the Book of Remembrance, so-called Old Testament, okay? So I don't want to throw you off there. This is just a side note to inform you, those who are listening for the first time, why I say Yah and not God. Okay, Yah means strong in power, okay, which derived from the word El. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take it from the top. In the beginning, Yah created the heaven and earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Okay, the deep is the great seas, or is the great ocean, the great deep, all right? And the spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the waters. Okay, and Yah said, let there be light, and there was light. Okay, now when I first looked at this, I was examining it, I thought that this light could potentially mean wisdom. Okay, which in certain places in the book, light is referred to as wisdom. Okay, that's understandable. Okay, but for this particular part in the book, in Genesis chapter 1, the day of creation, wisdom was always possessed by the Creator. That's how Yah was able to create the water, okay? Wisdom, Yah has always possessed the wisdom. The wisdom is from everlasting, and that's what Solomon is telling you in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22 through 30, okay? That wisdom is everlasting. Wisdom was here since before the earth was created, okay? That's why when you read that Proverbs chapter 8, Solomon is explaining in poetry how wisdom was brought forth before the foundations of the earth. Okay? So Yah has always possessed the wisdom. Now this light here, pardon me. All right. The way I'm looking at it is actually referred to as the light. Or, like I said, this is speculation. But when you read closely and what we're going to discuss, it could have said lights, plural. Okay, but let me continue, and I'm going to show you why I see it that way. And Yah saw the light, that it was good, and Yah divided the light from the darkness. Now remember that, because that's key. We're going to come back to that. And Yah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Of course, it says here the evening and the morning were the first day, and we're going to get to that. Okay. Now I'm going to get right to it because we're under time constraints. Okay. Now I'm going to explain to you why I see that the first thing that was created on that Yah created on the first day, okay, the full 24-hour period, is the two great lights. Okay. And I'm going to show you why I see it that way. And I'm going to jump over here to verse 14. Okay. And Yah said, let there be lights in the firmament. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go here to day 2, which they say is day 2. Okay. Because this also, the way I see it, was created on the first day. Because you can't have the two great lights in the firmament if there is no firmament. Okay. That's the point I was trying to make when I used to discuss this with certain individuals. Okay, when we would go over this and they would say, you know, the first is light. Okay, the first day is light. Okay, which we do agree on, but they would forget to mention that in order to have light, there has to be a firmament. Y'all had to separate the two, you know, the waters. Okay, the waters above and the waters below in order to create the firmament. Okay, so Yah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Yah made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Yah called the firmament heaven, in the evening and the morning, which they have here as the second day. But like I said, I see it as all being the first day, and I'm going to show you why. Just a second. Okay, but see, the firmament had to be created first before the two great lights. All right, so then it goes over here to say in verse 14, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. Okay, and let them be for signs and for seasons. And this is very key, so pay attention. And for days. Okay, keep in mind, this is the first day. Where's the sign of a day, of a full 24-hour period, is the rotation of the sun and the moon. Okay, those of you who have been studying the flat earth and the rotation of the sun and the moon rotates. The earth is stationary, all right, and the sun and the moon rotates. Okay, that's how you're able to get clouds behind the sun. And those of you who have seen a sunset, or you know, you've seen the sun in the sky, okay, at dusk, as sometimes you can see clouds behind the sun. And you can see clouds behind the moon in certain instances because they're in the firmaments. Okay. And over top of that firmament is a glass dome. Okay. When he separated the waters, he put a glass dome over top of us. Okay. To protect us from the water above us. That's why when you go over into the situation with the flood, it says the windows of heaven were open. He allowed that water to come down from the heavens over above us. Or should I say the waters above the heavens. All right. So, you know, just a little sidetrack there. But the sun and the moon, the two great lights, are a sign for days. This is how you get, where we at, evening and morning. Okay, and let me show you a quick clip on how the sun and the moon rotates. All right. All right, now you got to partner with me. You're probably gonna get a glare off the light. I mean, off the pad. Just give me a second. All right. That's the rotation of the sun. And that's the rotation of the moon. All right. All right. And the rotation of the sun and the moon consists of a full 24-hour period. Okay. So this is why I see the constellations of the heavens were created on the first day, because you can't get a day Okay, like I said, day has two meanings. This light here, where it says he called the light day, that's the illuminating hours of a 24-hour period, and the night is the dark hours of a 24-hour period. So you got the illumination hours is light. Another a definition for light is a what? Illumination, illuminate. Okay. All right. So you have the daylight hours, or the daylight duration of a 24-hour period, and you have the dark hours, or the dark duration of a 24-hour period. The evening and the morning consists of the first day, which is the rotation of the sun and the moon. That's why the two great lights, all right, is a sign for seasons, for days, and for years. Because depending on the season, in the wintertime, wherever you are, the sun is further away from you on his rotated circuit, and during the summer season, the sun is closer on his rotated circuit. Okay, so the constellations of heavens were created on the first day to be for signs, for seasons, for days, and for years. Okay, now let me continue. And let them be for lights in the firmament. I'm in verse 14 of Genesis chapter 1. All right. Of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And Yah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, okay, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and Yah set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day, and to rule over the night. And this is key, pay close attention. And to divide the light from the darkness. Okay, what does it say here in verse 4? And Yah saw the light that it was good, and Yah divided the light from the darkness. Well, how did he do that? Okay, because it's all right. The first in verse 3, Yah telling you what he did on the first day. He's telling you he created the light, or the lights. Okay, and now he goes on to explain how he did it. He created the firmament, okay, and then he put the two great lights in the firmament to divide the day from the night. Okay, like I said, day has two meanings. All right, it can mean the illuminating hours, or the illuminating duration of a 24-hour period, and night means the dark hours of a 24-hour period. And the whole rotation of the sun and the moon is one full day. That's how you get the evening and the morning. That's how you get the first day. All right. So pay close attention, like I said, to divide the light from the darkness. That's how Yah did it, by creating the two great lights and separating the light from the darkness. Okay. And Yah saw that it was good in the evening, in the morning, as I see it, as the first day. All right. So let me read how it should say, how the way I see it, the way I see it and the way Yah has shown me. It says, in the beginning, Yah created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the waters. And Yah said, let there be light, and there was light, and Yah saw the light, that it was good, or the lights. Okay, and Yah divided the light from the darkness. Okay, he's telling you what he did, and Yah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And Yah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Yah made the firmament and divided the waters, okay, which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And Yah called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning, like it says here, was the second day. But I'm just going to continue. And Yah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Yah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and Yah set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Yah saw that it was good. Okay? And the evening and the morning were the first day. So the first day is the constellations of heaven, the sun and the moon. Okay? That's what constitutes a day. The rotation of the sun and the moon, which are a sign for days. This is the sign. So when that sun and the sun and moon rotate, all right, That's the sign for days. That's how you get the first day. All right. Okay, now I know you're asking if you take the second day out and the fourth day out and combine it into one full day, where does the other 2 days come from? Well, the way I see it, I see the second day is Yah drying up the earth, okay, and creating the dry land in the great seas. It says, and Yah said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place. All right. And let the dry land appear, and it was so. And Yah called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And Yah saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And Yah said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Yah saw that it was good. In the evening and the morning were the third day. Okay. All right. See, this is how you know. All right. When you just, when you really look into this and really analyze it, that the days are definitely out of chronological order. Because in order for vegetation to grow, all right, it needs a certain amount of hours of darkness and a certain amount of hours of sunlight. Okay? And this is how Yah created the vegetation of the earth, by using the sun and the moon. See, here it has this, okay, the grass and and the trees and all that being brought forth before the sun and the moon. Well, that's out of order. And like I said, Yah is predicated on law and order. Okay, in order for the vegetation to grow, it needs sunlight. Okay? It needs sunlight. So the constellations of heaven were brought forth first. Then you had the gathering together of the seas. That's how you got the dry land. And that's how you get, your large bodies of water. And then Yah brought forth the grass on day 3. Because it needed a certain amount of darkness and needed a certain amount of daylight. Okay, darkness precedes daylight, as you can see, evening and morning. Okay. All right. So I see that as the third day. Now the fourth day, okay, now keep in mind, Yah just created the large bodies of water. And now Yah said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And Yah created great whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Yah saw it was good. And Yah blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas. Okay, because he just created the seas, and now he put in the creatures in the sea. And let fowl multiply in the earth. In the evening and the morning, okay, were the fourth day. Okay, not the fifth, the fourth, the way I'm looking at it, in my humble opinion. And Yah said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Yah made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle and after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Yah saw that it was good. And I have that being the fifth day. Okay, there's over, I think, about 300 million different species of beasts, cattle, and creeping things on this earth. And in my humble opinion, Yah created those on the fifth day. Okay, day 5. And then on the 6th day, he created man. And it says, and Yah said, let us, like I said, Yah's hosts. Now, when he's saying us, that doesn't mean that the angels procreate. He's just saying that he's going to make man in the likeness, in our image. Because angels look just like men. You can go through the book and substantiate that. You can go to the situation with Yaakov where he struggled with the angel whom he thought was a man. Okay, same way with Abraham. When he saw the 3 men, he thought, he knew that they were angels. Okay, the same way with Gideon. He saw the man in the same way with, Samuel's father. Or should I say Samson's father, excuse me. All right. It says, and Yah said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So Yah created man in his own image. In the image of Yah created he him, male and female. Okay? He created both species. Well, both forms of species of the human race, male and female. Created he them, and Yah blessed them. And Yah said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And Yah said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And Yah saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Okay, so once again, just a quick review. I got the constellations of heaven. Okay, being the first day, in which Yah, first thing he did, he separated the waters from the waters to create the firmament. Then he put the two great lights in the firmament to be a sign for days. That's how you get your day 1, your day 2, your day 3, and so forth. And he used it to divide the light from the darkness. Day 2 is Yah drying up the land, making the land appear, and gathering of the great seas. Then he created the vegetation on day 3, because I said the vegetation needs the sun in order to grow. Okay, needs the sun in order to grow. Day 4, I got Yah creating the fowls of the heavens and the fish of the sea, the great whales. Day 5, he created all the cattle, the beasts, and all creeping things. And then day 6, he created man. And of course, those day 7, in chapter 2. All right, is when he ceased from doing work. Okay. So, that's just the way I'm looking at Genesis chapter 1, trying to put it in its chronological order. Okay. And like I said, just go over it, review it. Okay. If you don't see it that way, that's fine. Like I said, this is my humble opinion. This is what Yah has shown me. So, with that, peace and Yah bless. Okay. May Yah bring forth great wisdom and understanding to all of those who keep his law, statutes, and commandments with all their heart and soul. Yah bless. Peace.